Look at almost any business today, and you'll see an absolute obsession with speed. The entire focus is on acquiring customer attention, constantly feeding the top of the funnel with expensive paid advertisements. Once that sale is finally secured, a familiar pattern plays out. The customer gets an automated receipt, maybe one obligatory post-sale email, and then radio silence. The business vanishes. For the person on the other end, the feeling is immediate. They aren't a valued human anymore. They're just another completed row on a spreadsheet, a statistical transaction. This flowchart shows the financial penalty of that disappearance, the churn cycle. Because that customer was forgotten and dropped off, the business is forced to spend even more on new ad campaigns just to bring them back a second time. So how do you break this loop? How do you stop treating clients like one-off interactions and actually build long-term trust without paying a constant toll for their attention? Relying strictly on transactional marketing means starting your growth from zero every single month, making the cost of finding a new customer much higher than the cost of keeping an existing one happy. To see an alternative, we can look at a local entrepreneur on the South Shore of New England. She decided to step off that expensive ad spend treadmill. Instead of running another digital campaign, she made a simple operational shift. She started sending a steady, monthly rhythm of physical greeting cards directly to the clients she already had. The core of this strategy is the no-ask touchpoint. There were no discounts attached, no sales pitches, just a quick seasonal note or a small word of encouragement. When you compare these two, the difference is clear. On the left is standard corporate outreach, an invoice disguised as a letter. On the right is a warm card with zero branding. The card on the right works because the absence of an agenda proves to the recipient that you value them as a person, not just a source of revenue. This is why a single thank you note often fails. It can accidentally signal to the client that the relationship ends the moment the invoice is paid. Client trust isn't built through grand, expensive gestures. It grows through the steady, consistent absence of an agenda over a long period of time. We can observe this in a timeline tracking client trust level over a 12-month period. At month 1, the trust level is entirely flat. Let's watch the shift that happened with the South Shore entrepreneurs' clients. Between months 2 and 4, the pressure-free arrival of those cards begins to change the dynamic. The business's identity slowly shifts from a forgotten vendor into a familiar, welcome presence. As we hit the midpoint between months 5 and 8, the rhythm of appreciation becomes something the client actually counts on. The relationship crosses over into genuine emotional trust. By month 9, that accumulated trust translates into measurable action. These clients stay longer and they generate organic referrals that can eventually overtake the growth seen from paid ads alone. For the South Shore entrepreneur, this resulted in rapid expansion, fueled by clients who were enthusiastically advocating for her to their own friends and family. Expectation-free appreciation turns passive buyers into active advocates, helping a business move away from the expensive cycle of the ad spend treadmill. There is a core distinction between these two approaches. Paid advertisements buy temporary attention, but steady appreciation builds lasting loyalty that makes a business sustainable. Implementing this consistency in your own business is a straightforward 3-step process. Step 1. Commit to sending just one heartfelt no-ask card each month to a core group of your key clients. Step 2. Layer in personalized touchpoints. Track birthdays or significant life milestones to show you remember them as individuals. Step 3 is about reliability. By using tools like send-out cards, you can set up a workflow where a calendar trigger automatically generates and dispatches a physical card. You automate the process so your appreciation isn't forgotten when the business gets busy. Your next loyal referring client is likely already in your network. They are just waiting for that first meaningful touchpoint. Business growth is tied to relationship growth. When you look past the flashy campaigns, steady gratitude remains a powerful engine for long-term success.